Bobby and Rachel is we plant some green beans. You can look behind me here. We actually took a spade. It was a smaller area. Didn't feel like pulling out the tiller. Plus in this particular area we've had quite a bit of Bermuda grass that's starting to work its way in. So we decided we would just spade it all up, and then that way we could take it out. So we've done that part. Now join us and we'll take you through the we're going to use the Haas cedar on this one. So stay with us. Okay, so today we're going to be planting the Blue Lake Bush variety. These are all from Baker Creek. They are let's see, the number on them is BN119. So we're going to be planting those, and now we've got the cedar here in front of us. What I want to test out is, this is a little bit different than the cedars that we've used in the past. There's several other cedars that I've seen, and I didn't really care for them too much because their plate was up and down this way. This plate is flat. So we're going to test this out and see if this one works out a little bit better for us. We're going to just throw a few seeds in first, and then I'm going to give it a little test here and see how it drops them. There's one drop. Okay, yeah, it's only catching one at a time, which is what we're wanting. So we'll be using the cedar. Let you know how it works. Thanks. You can look and see, so we've got it set up. We've got it all raked out. And right down in here in the bottom, every 24 inches, we've got some stakes, and we've run some string along there. Created a nice little grid system, which will allow that cedar to go right next to that grid system. Or at the end, we'll do a little product review and tell you what we think about this Haas cedar. We've never used this specific variety, but a friend of ours let us borrow it, and we figured, you know what, we'll give it a whirl. Okay, so here's the Haas cedar going. Luke's going to be pushing it. I'm going to be watching it, and we'll look afterwards just to see how it's planting. So here's the row that we started in. I'm trying to look to see if there's any seeds that are exposed. And yes, there's some right there that are exposed. So you can see right in here and here. So getting good contact with the soil is really important. In this area here, you're seeing a double seed, which we tested it out beforehand. Didn't look like we were going to have that problem, but you're seeing a little bit of that. But overall, the row itself is actually in pretty good shape. There's a couple more that are sticking out right here. But from what I can tell you right now, I think all these cedars have a few issues. But this one, at least from the plate standpoint and going in the ground, seems to be better than the last one that we used. So, okay, so this was our test run on the Haas cedar. We're actually going to be planting 270-foot rows of corn and sunflowers. We'll have that video out here pretty soon. We'll be putting in third acre areas of those. So we wanted to try this with the beans to make sure we understood that if it was going to work, you know, how comfortable we would feel with using it on those larger rows. So let me go over some of the features of it. So I will tell you that it seems like it does dig in pretty well with this little plate. This little plate gives good contact with the ground. The chain does a reasonable job of pushing dirt over. Very simple design, which is nice from our standpoint. And then the back wheel, you know, it's what drives your plate and continually drops. So you have to have good contact with the front wheel, good connection here in the center where the seed drops through, and then finally this wheel presses it over. And I do like how it's very mechanical. So from that standpoint, I think Luke and I would say on a very small section, again, we did 7 15-foot rows, so not real big, but we feel comfortable that we will try to use this on our third acre planting. The feature that we really enjoy about it compared to the last cedar that we've been using is the plate is actually in the bottom. The other ones that we had, the plates were all sticking up and down, And I described this a little bit earlier, but let me tell you why this is so nice. So this plate's right here on the ground. None of these seeds are going to get underneath that plate. When it's up and down like this, what happened is on the sidewall, the seeds would actually get stuck on behind the plate, and then it would cause the plate to bow out, and it caused other problems as far as jamming and wouldn't feed sometimes because they were plugged up. So I guess from Luke and I's standpoint, I'm not going to give it a positive review yet from planting standpoint, but from a mechanical standpoint for how it's made and what it's trying to do, Luke and I would agree that this seems like a lot better unit than some of the other ones that we've dealt with in the past. So that was planting beans. One piece also to look at for mechanical disassembly, which is different than the last one we used. The other one we used, you pretty much either had to run it out of seed or flip the whole unit over. This one here comes right off, and then you can actually, you'll lose a little bit of seeds falling through there, but then you just take it and you dump it out and put them in your seed pack. And look how straight that whole design is going down there. It's just a straight shot going straight down. The other one that we used, it had a little bit of a curve to it. And I know we've got it in one of our storage sheds, so I'll try to get a picture of that one, show the other design that we had. But this one here, so far, like I said, only from a mechanical design, and we like mechanical things around here, it appears to be a lot better design than the previous one that we used. Because we did have some success with the other one, but it was only on certain seed varieties. This one here, so far, we've had luck with some green beans. Thanks.